Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lucca and welcome to yet another speed build in The Sims 4, and I am back in my base game only save file. We are in the beautiful, stunning world of Oasis Springs yet again, and it's been a hot minute since I've built this house, so please bear with me. I needed to take a little bit of a break from builds in The Sims 4 because I just kind of got a little burnout. But today we are building a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, and this is for a family, as most homes are gonna be, but this one is kind of inspired by double wides. Basically, I've built trailers in The Sims 4 quite a bit, and I thought I've never built a double wide before. And if you don't know what a double wide is, it's a trailer home. It's a mobile home, except it's in 2 sections because it's twice the width essentially. It's so big that they have to carry it on those big trucks in 2 separate pieces. If you look it up, you'll see what I'm talking about. But I thought I would build something like that in The Sims 4 and Oasis Springs. I love building trailer homes here, but I was starting it on this very small 20 by 15 lot, but it was way too small. Like, I was like just putting it on this lot because I was like, okay, I gotta build it. I gotta figure something out. And the more I built it, the more I was like, okay, I love the size. I love the look. It looks so stupid on this tiny little lot because they wouldn't have any yard, which, can be realistic in some cases. But to be honest, if you're a person who can afford a double wide trailer home, you're going to have more land. That's usually what people do, is they'll buy they'll have a bunch of nice land and then just have a double wide because it's a cheaper alternative to just building a house. And some of them are pretty nice. And this one I built is honestly really nice. However, I do want to build in this area of Oasis Springs again and try building some more rundown trailer homes because I feel like it would just fit the vibes so perfectly here. But I do move this to another area in Oasis Springs, a bit more of a grassy, a bit more of a green area that just, it's a little bit nicer, a little bit more of a higher property value. And this is pretty much the shape, but I'm just about to move her over. But you can see it's just a cute little house. I did green because me, I can never get away from this green siding. It's my favorite siding in The Sims. The thing about it is, though, and I've complained about it many times over, and yet again, still, they have not fixed this. It's such a small fix, but it's probably so unnecessary that nobody's wanting to take the time to do it. But essentially, there is this really pretty green siding here, but there's only one version of it, and it has those like trim pieces on the corners there. There isn't a trimless option because you know how The Sims is. A lot of the times, the trim doesn't always show up, especially if you've got, like, say, an intersection of 2 walls, and there's like, I don't know how to describe it, but it doesn't always work. So yeah, it's a shame because it's kind of the best shade of green for a siding. It's just so perfect. It's like a nice, it's not too warm, it's not too cool. It's just right, it's just right. But yeah, I thought this home could be for maybe some older Sims, possibly, some elders, maybe this is a family that's a little bit it's a lot more down the road. Maybe they have a young adult child, and then maybe that person has a child, or maybe they're raising like a teenager still, but they're kind of older Sims. I'm not sure. I think maybe they had children later on in life, possibly. I'm not really sure. I definitely want to create Sims for these homes eventually, but that's just that's the rough idea that I have. I don't exactly know what kind of Sims they are, because I don't know. With this home, I kind of just vibed. That's kind of how I describe it. But yeah, I really liked building on this lot here in Oasis Springs because the landscaping I did a little bit more controlled, because usually I like to make landscaping quite lush and wild looking, but I went with a bit more of a controlled vibe here because we're in Oasis Springs. A lot of the grass and like the plants and stuff are planted. They're not just naturally growing. So I thought, it makes sense that they have like flower beds beds, and they have, to take care of all of these flowers. Maybe not so much, but like they still have to like be a bit more mindful. So I can definitely see the Sims that live here, like the elders, coming out here and tending to the garden beds. I wish you could do that sometimes in The Sims 4. I just know it would be so difficult and hard to keep up with, honestly. But at the same time, I think it would be really pretty, because I think that in The Sims 1 and 2, you had to water your landscaping. Like if you had like flowers planted outside, I think you had to take care of them. I'm not entirely sure. It's been a long time since I've played The Sims 1, I'll be honest. And The Sims 2, I'm super unfamiliar with, because I've played it, of course, like I've played it in the past, but I don't know. I don't really have the memory of it too much, because I never played it when I was younger. It was only like when they released the Ultimate Collection for free. That was the first time I had ever played The Sims 2, which is crazy, I know. But especially since, I've had experience with The Sims pretty much my entire life. But for some reason, I just skipped The Sims 2, because we didn't have a computer that could run it. And I didn't really have any like consoles to play like The Sims 2 on console with either. So yeah, don't really have a lot of experience. So do let me know in the comments if you're a Sims 2 player or you've played it a lot. Let me know about that little landscaping thing. But yeah, here I am starting with the interior, and I really liked this layout, because it was kind of a bit of a great room, sort of, but not really, honestly. It's still sectioned off. Like the kitchen and dining spaces are completely sectioned off, except I used a half wall there, and you can kind of overlook the living room. I thought that was a nice little touch, because in the house that my mom and her boyfriend used to live in, they had kind of that same thing, where there was this kind of like wall that separated the living room and the kitchen, and he actually put in a bar that you could sit at and eat, not like a drinks bar, but like an actual like bar that you sit at with bar stools, and an archway that looked into the living room. So basically we could watch TV while we ate dinner, which was honestly so nice. I miss that so much. If I ever have a house, I really want that exact kind of layout again, because that was so nice. It was so fun too. I don't know. And it also just opened up the space a lot. Like it made it a lot more lively. Like if you were in the living room, you could talk to the people that were in the kitchen, and it was just more open and just more bright. And I don't know, I loved that about it. I can just imagine that here in this house, the Sims, maybe they're chopping vegetables at the counter and they're watching TV while they do it. I can see that being a thing. So, or washing dishes while they watch TV. I don't know. That's kind of fun. I don't think they can actually do that in The Sims, but it was just kind of a thought. I used a lot of green in this house. I'll just tell you right now. Of course, it's on the exterior. It's also on the interior quite a bit. I basically saw this couch, and I've loved this couch. I use this couch so much. Like, I overuse it. It does not have enough swatches either. But this dark green swatch is so perfect. And so I basically just use that to decorate the entire house off of. So the curtains are going to be green. Any accents are going to be green. It's very like cozy and warm, and just, yeah, obviously there's a lot more in the base game than just this stuff, but I always find myself being like pulled towards this stuff here. Wow, I'm like stumbling over my words. I'm sorry, y'all. It's just one of those days. But yeah, you can see the vision, right? It's just kind of cozy and a little bit foresty in the color scheme, but not in the style. I don't know. It's cute. But I use a lot of wood tones. I use a lot of green, and I think the white accents on like the trim and the doors and stuff kind of break it up. So it doesn't look too dingy or anything like that. One thing I will say though is that I really wish in The Sims 4 we had more swatches for things. I know this game is free. I know that this game is really old at this point. But I just wish we had some more swatches on certain items, like this couch, of course. I really want more swatches on the rugs that we have. The colors are just a little bit like, I've overused all the colors. I would love it if the counters, if we got more of them, obviously, but if we got some more swatches as well, like these counters here, the ones with just like the kind of white tile countertop with the basic wood like cabinet base, I wish we had more swatches of those. Just a few, like just some more, a little bit more variety with white countertops, because I think white countertops just like make the kitchen look nice and bright. I didn't use it here though. I used the more of a darker tone to kind of match the rest of the house, but you know what I mean, right? Like I just wish we had some more swatches on the things that we use a lot of, especially like the counters, the couches, the beds. Oh my God, the beds desperately need new swatches. I really hope that, and I know that we're getting a lot more options in The Sims 5. We've seen a lot of it, not a lot, but we've seen little sneak peeks. But I just wish in The Sims 4 that we could change swatches separately, like we could in The Sims 2. Remember how you could choose like the countertop versus the base, or the bedding versus the bed frame. Like we could choose those separately in like the little menu, and it was so nice, honestly. And it provides so much more variety without having to add all the extra swatches. Like think about it. If they didn't have any extra swatches, but they took these countertops and they made it to where we could choose a different countertop versus the base, it would transform how many variations that we could have of kitchens in The Sims 4. It's so nice. But I just kind of rambled all the way through the kitchen and the dining space, but I love this kitchen and dining space. It just feels kind of cozy, and it kind of reminds me of the house that my mom and her boyfriend used to live in, and I used to live there for a little bit too, but it just kind of reminds me of that kind of warm, kind of cozy vibe. But it's kind of deserty because I use the these terracotta tiles for the flooring, which I don't really use these very often, and they look so nice. Like I don't know why I've not used these enough. I guess because I don't really build this kind of style in Oasis Springs, because when I'm in Oasis Springs a lot of the time I build very like rundown homes, or I build a bit more like trailers and stuff like that. I don't really build like nicer kind of homes. And I'm glad that I'm doing this base game save file, because it's kind of pushing me outside of my comfort zone. And even though this home is still well in my comfort zone, there's still a little difference in style that I have to approach, because this is a bit more of a nicer home. So it's okay to go a little bit different. I don't know what I'm saying. But anyways, moving on to one of the bedrooms here. I think I just made this like a single bedroom. I was trying to put some some bunk beds in here, and I was like, that's gonna just make it way too crowded. It still could have worked, honestly, but I think I just made it for a single sim instead. And I think I meant this bedroom to be for a young adult. So maybe these sims that live here, the couple, maybe they have like 2 kids and one of them is a young adult. Maybe they're in college, or maybe they're raising their grandkids or something. Also, I am going to apologize if you hear traffic noises or anything like that. I'm recording this late in the evening, and for some reason everyone decides to just go crazy in the evenings. I don't know what it is here. It's warmer weather. I don't know what it is, but the normal people, and I'm saying the people that are not online, the people that they aren't, you know what I'm talking about. The normies, they just get weird when the warm weather comes out. I don't know what it is, y'all. Like, people get so excited and they just start acting wild and kind of stupid. Like, do y'all get what I'm trying to say? And it's just, they're so noisy. Anyways, but I liked this little bedroom though. It looks, a little bit more mature. It looks like they're an artist, maybe they're an art major in college or something like that. Their room's it's a little clean, but it's a little realistic. There's a pile of laundry there. But yeah, this other little bedroom here is just for, did I make it for a toddler? Did I really do a toddler? I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah, I think, oh my gosh, I don't even think. No, it is for a kid. Okay. I was going to go for a toddler room, but I didn't love that idea, honestly. And I felt like it didn't really fit the vibe that I was going for with The Sims. So I went with kind of, maybe there is like a young adult kind of college art student kind of kid, and then the younger kids maybe like a child or maybe a teenager. I was thinking more of a child, and they were really sporty. And I'm trying to make sure that in these builds that I am using items, like as in I'm using different items every time I build one of these base game builds, and I'm also making sure I'm changing up the swatches and the color schemes, because I will use the same things over and over in all these builds. I will use green in every single build. I will use brown. I will use blue. I'm trying to step outside of that. So in this case, I used, orange, and I used this teal. I kind of like this. It's a dark teal. It's a dark green. It's more of a dark green. It's not really a dark teal. I don't really know. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, I just used this combination of colors, and I kind of came together really fast. But yeah, I liked that at least. It was a different vibe that I usually do. So I'm going in the right direction, I guess. But the parents' bedroom came together so fast because it's just the same kind of thing again. Dark greens, dark wood tones, cozy vibes. That's really it. But I thought that made sense to do it for this bedroom because it fits the rest of the house. And usually when I build homes, like the kids' bedrooms are going to kind of be their own thing, but the master bedroom usually will match sort of the rest of the house because it's the parents, it's their house. So, it's going to reflect in their bedroom, I guess. And I think I only did one bathroom in this house. I feel like that's not right. I feel like I did two. No, I did do two. I already did one. I already forgot that I did this one. But yeah, I gave the parents their own ensuite as well, because that's, pretty common in, double wides. There's usually two bedrooms in most trailer homes, like without question. But in, really nice ones, the master bedroom gets a master bathroom that is, you basically have to go through the bedroom to get there. So, I thought that was kind of nice. And I just, again, kept the same kind of style and color scheme throughout. I did use a different tiling in the bathroom though. I just wanted it to kind of look different from, no, I didn't. I changed it. I kept the same tiling for everything. That's usually how I am. I will usually use the same tiling throughout the kitchen and bathrooms for the whole house, and the same wood flooring for all the other rooms. I'm weird about that. I like them to all match. It just feels more cohesive. It feels like the house is all the one whole house, if that makes sense. And then we're moving on to the backyard. This backyard took me a little bit of time, actually. You can see that the furnishing is pretty much done, and we're only like 17 minutes into the video, and this video is about 25 minutes. So I did spend quite a bit of time on the exterior out back. I wanted to do an above ground pool so much because, again, this is just throwing back to where my mom used to live with her boyfriend. Like that house, he had an above ground pool also, and I was like, I'm just feeling that vibe today, y'all. So I don't know how good and like how good at being functional, that's the only way I can put it, how good at being functional this pool is, because you can only get it in and out on one little side there. So, say your Sims are drowning, we'll say. If they're drowning or something, or they need to get out of the pool, they might have some struggle. I did try to do a different pool, but I was like, no, I want to do the above ground pool. It's the vibes, okay? The vibes are what I'm going for. And, I think it looks pretty nice. Actually, I think it looks really realistic, especially where I'm from in Eastern Kentucky. We're in the mountains, there's not a lot of people, that have like in-ground pools. Like that's for the rich people that live on like flat areas. So yeah, a lot of people do have above ground pools. They have those like smaller circular styled pools, which we don't have those in The Sims 4. We also don't have round pools either. So this is the best, like the closest thing that I could do. Is that something we do have? We don't actually have anything else like that, like a round pool or anything in The Sims 4, or even with all the packs that we have. I guess it's just not a thing that we have. But yeah, I still think this looks really nice. I also put a little shed out back. I actually decided that this would be a little, what the internet likes to call a she shed. This is just a little crafting shed. This is also inspired by my mom. She doesn't have this, at least not yet, but she has always talked about having her own little workshop out back with just in a little shed separate from the house. So, you know, I made it like a little office with an easel, and yeah, I don't know. I like this little house. It's cute. I like this little shed here with the little shelf and the little easel, and like, I don't know. I really like put my own experiences into this home. I feel like it just fits right here. I don't know. I'm really proud of this little build. But yeah, if you got to this part of the video, hey, why don't you like and subscribe? Hello. I would really appreciate it. I know it's kind of annoying to, you know, mention this in every video. But yeah, it still would be very, very useful. Useful? No. Yes, actually, it would be very useful, but it would be very beneficial to me, and it would be supporting the channel as well. So if you got to this point, just hit the like button and subscribe. Come on, it would be just, it's so easy. But yeah, I just put some clutter around, put a little workbench, those blank canvases. I love that item so much. The swatches are really cute too, because there's like finished paintings on them on like the other two swatches. Super cute. But yeah, I just basically spend the rest of the build just doing landscaping now, which is a little bit of a challenge. I'm not gonna lie. I did do this a little bit differently, and I'm trying to like kind of make myself do this a bit more, and instead of just kind of like sectioning off the lot completely and just putting like a fence around it and like, you know, making it its own, I'm trying to like just kind of make it blend with the surrounding area, especially like on this lot. You can kind of see like surrounding, there's like these kind of, they're not flower beds, but they're like sand beds because it's like the desert, you know? And so it's kind of sort of sectioning the lot off that way, like visually. And I was like, I can just kind of put some landscaping here and there, and like that can be like the edge, quote unquote, of the lot. Because, you know, I personally think that just sectioning it off would look kind of awkward. And I can even go through and use the tool mod and place some items outside of the lot to kind of add to the area too. Since this is a base game only, you know, world, I can, you know, do that and play around with it and all that stuff. But that's something I'm going to do off camera, because that's going to take a lot of time and a lot of, you know, moving the camera around. So it wouldn't be very fun to watch. But, you know, do let me know if you want to see maybe a real-time video of me doing some areas in The Sims 4 with the tool mod. Just, yeah, that would be a fun little build actually to do. But yeah, that's kind of really it for this build. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Be sure to check out the other builds in this series, in this save file. I will leave those linked down below into a little playlist, and you know, I am really excited to start doing some more Oasis Springs. I love this world. I miss this world. But yeah, that's kind of it. This home is available on the Sims 4 gallery under the username Lucca Owens. It is LuccaOwens. That is so hard to say fast. And then you can also search the hashtag Lucca, and this info will be in the description down below. But yeah, if you got to this part of the video, why don't you comment your favorite shade of green? Let's do that again. My favorite shades obviously are a nice forest green, but I also am very partial to phthalo green. That's phthalo, not phthalo. It is phthalo green. Very lovely, very dark, deep, cool tone. It's very just, you know, powerful looking. But yeah, once again, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. It would really, really help me and the channel out. Please convince the algorithm to push my videos some more. But yeah, that is pretty much everything. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Do let me know. And yeah, that is everything. I've said that so many times. Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay weird, and I'll speak to y'all next time. Bye, y'all.